Alright everybody, welcome back. Alright, today we're going to have some fun and we're going to solve a 4x4 Rubik's Cube. Alright, so this is going to have a lot of the same kind of method at the end, but the trick to this is we're actually going to be doing what is called a reduction method, which is where we're going to be reducing this cube into a 3x3. And I will go ahead and walk you through on how that process works. So let's go ahead and get it all mixed up. Yeah. It's really helpful when you have a speed cube. These turn really well. Alright, so now that we're all mixed up here, so what we're going to be doing here is the first step to solving any cube bigger than a 3x3 when you're doing a reduction method is we're going to go ahead and solve the centers, meaning these four pieces here, and those four pieces are equivalent to the center of one side of a Rubik's Cube. So that's the way you got to look at it here. So if, for example, this was white, these four pieces being white would be the white bottom, these two would be a white edge, those two would be a white edge, those two would be a white edge, those two would be a white edge. So that's what we're doing here, is we're working on building the centers first. Once we get done with the centers, then we build the edges. And then once the edges are all built, then we are now in a regular 3x3 state, and we can start solving it at like a regular 3x3. So let's go ahead and start with our first center. So to do that, what I want to do is I can see that this piece needs to come down here, but first I need to get this out of the way. So I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to go ahead and turn the top there. Now bring it back up. You can see they're now paired together. One simple turn, and then I can go ahead and bring it down. Alright, and now our white center is built. Now we're going to move on to our yellow center. Alright, and this is just going to be slightly different on how we do this, but we're going to go ahead and first build our first block. So here these two are ready to pair together, but I need to go ahead and get this piece down here. So just like we did before, move this down, get it out of the way, bring this over, and then bring that back up. Alright, and the key is to make sure you do put it back, because you don't want to break what you've already built on the white center there. Alright, now I have this next yellow piece that we need to go ahead and connect it to its final yellow piece, so we can go ahead and build that final yellow center. So right here, this is ready to come down here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that out of the way. I'm going to bring this down, and you can do one of two things here. First option is you can just go ahead and turn it back and then bring it up, and that will preserve the white center. But let's just say you couldn't do that. Alright, and we have the white center in place. We have these two yellow pieces up here. If we bring this up just like this, it's going to break the white center, so we don't want to do that. So what we'll do in this case is we will actually line these yellows so that they're one on top of the other. Alright, and what we do is just bring this one up here to the spot where we want it to be, and then we do a top turn of 180 degrees, so you just do a U2 right there, and then bring that right side back down, and now yellow is built and white is still in place. So step one complete. We have our yellow side, we have our white side. Now from here on out, we're going to go ahead and solve with white on the left, yellow on the right, or vice versa. Okay, and what we're going to be working on now is we want to go ahead and work on building these centers here. Now, tricky thing when it comes to an even-sided cube is the difference between this and a normal 3x3 or even a 5x5 or 7x7. There is no centerpiece to tell you what side that is. So in this case, it is very helpful if you already know how these are supposed to be oriented and what the order of the colors is supposed to be. So I always like to use the white edge here, or the white side, just because I do know that when white is on bottom, the order goes orange, blue, red, green. So by knowing that, that is going to be very helpful for me to go ahead and build these centers here. So we already have an orange that's starting to be built here. So we're going to go ahead and move that block down, or I'm sorry, turn that block. And that's kind of what you're going to be doing here, is because we have white on the left, yellow on the right, we're not going to want to break that at all. We're going to go ahead and make these blocks, and they're going to be getting turned vertically here in order to go ahead and place them in the right spot. So here's an example right here. So I need this orange to pair here. So if I bring this down, it's obviously not going to pair together. So easy fix to that is I just go ahead and bring it down, come down here, one simple turn, bring that down, turn this back, and then bring that up. Alright, and you can see white and yellow are not being touched when we're just turning these sides here. We want to make sure we don't do any slices here, because that will mess up white and yellow. Okay, now that we have orange done, again with white on bottom, we have blue that's going to go on the right, and we have green that's going to go on the left. So let's go ahead and find the most ideal, and they're all diagonal from each other, so there's really nothing ideal here, but that's fine. So, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to mess with what I've already built on top here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and bring this up, because I want to make this blue, this blue pair here. I want to make the blue block. So I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this so that they pair together. And then I did put orange back when I brought that back down. Alright, and so now we have blue. Now let's go ahead and get the other blue placed. Okay, so what I don't want to do is I don't want to bring orange up here, because then I'll break the orange when I go ahead and turn these to try to get the blocks to pair. So I'm going to use the side that's not already built. Well, this is technically built, but we're really focused on blue right now. So let's bring this down, and because the blue is here when I bring it down, I want this other blue to come here so that they pair together when I bring it back. So I'm just going to bring this down, turn it. Now it's ready to pair. There we go. Alright, you can see orange is still built. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to face the side where I want the edge to go. And the same concept we did when it came to building the white and then the yellow. Because blue requires 2 turns to come down here, what I don't want to do is I don't want to line it up this way, because then I just broke orange. So I'm going to bring it back up here. We want these to be in the same sliced layer. And since it's 2 turns away, I'm going to go ahead and bring this side down 2 turns. Do a 180-degree turn. And then I'm going to bring this side back up 2 turns. And right there we have orange, and now we have blue built. Now we're on the next one. Okay, after blue, when white's on bottom, it goes red. So you can see these are actually ready to pair together. So I'm just going to go ahead and line those up, and same thing. So again, we don't want to bring red up to this side, because then that will break what we've already built. So what we'll do is we'll bring that up, 180-degree turn, so U2, and then bring that back down. And if you look, we have red, we have green, we have orange, we have blue with white on bottom. That is the right order. We still have our yellow built, and we still have our white built. Alright, and now what we need to do, now that we have all the centers built, we need to go ahead and start building our edges here. So what we're looking to do is get every single pair of edges matched up to each other so that it is then a functional 3x3 that we can go ahead and start solving using our traditional beginner's method or whatever 3x3 method you know to that point. So let's go ahead and start here. One thing to know when you're building these here is when you're building these edges, there's always going to be two pieces that will match up together. So you have a red and green here. There's going to be another red and green somewhere on the cube that you're going to pair that up to, and that's how you're going to be building your edges. So what we're going to be doing, since this is our first time solving, we're not going to be doing the Yao method. We're just going to do complete reduction method. And the trick to this is we're going to keep yellow on top, keep white on bottom, and what we're looking to do is we're looking to see where we can get these to pair together. And sometimes it may not be in the same in one of these two layers, and when that's the case, then you will have to go ahead and do some maneuvering to get it in the right spot, and I'll show you how to do that. But for this first example, we're actually going to be able to slice this right over here, because I have my red and green here, my red and green. Just do one slice to the left, and you don't really it doesn't really matter if this turns with it, that's perfectly fine. Now that I have this pair built, I'm actually going to move it into the top layer, and I'm going to replace it with something that is not solved. So we'll bring that right side up, do a simple turn on the top, because if I would have brought that back down, then it just would have put it back right where it was, and then bring this right side down. And now you can see we have another pair of edges that need to be solved. Okay, and what we're looking to do is we're looking to do that 3 more times on the top, and then we're going to be doing the same thing to build the bottom, and then eventually we'll have to work on getting the final edges built. Okay, now one thing to know here is, even though I move this up here, okay, and I did put a new piece in here, the good news is I don't need to go back and solve this every time. As long as I make sure that I put a replacement piece, or that I turn it back the way that I originally brought it up, and I bring that back down. So just for example here, by doing this, if I just go ahead and try to solve it now, I did mess this up here, and I won't be able to go ahead and continue building everything without breaking what I've already built. So when I bring something up like that, I need to go ahead and replace it with something else. Okay, and what that does is that keeps everything in alignment. So again, if I do a simple turn, that does bring it back and get it fixed. Okay, now, so what I was pointing out here is when it comes to this, as long as you are putting everything back the way it is, you don't need to keep putting these back. You are perfectly fine, because in the end everything will line up as long as you are not breaking anything that you've already done. So let's go ahead and work on another one. Now we got red and white, and we're looking to find that other red and white piece. So it's not anywhere in these layers here, so it may be on top. It is not, so it's going to be here on bottom, and there it is right there. So now this is where we're going to have to do some maneuvering. So what I want is I want this red and white to be up here so that I can go ahead and slice it over and connect it and make the pair. So to do that, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and face this side. I'm going to bring this right side up, and I'm going to replace it with this pair right here, with this edge. Okay, bring that over and bring it down. And now you can see, if I just slice this over once, we have red and white built. Okay, and just like we did before, we're going to go ahead and bring this up, bring this over, and then again we need to go ahead and replace it. And you can see everything we've been doing, everything is still oriented correctly. And again, you don't need to put these back all the time. This one just happened to go back on its own. Oh, and actually, just looking at the cube and doing a survey here, you can see I already have red and yellow built. So for that, I don't need to go ahead and build it, so I will go ahead and bring the next one up, bring this over, bring that down, and now let's go ahead and find our last one. Oh, there we go. We got orange and white, orange and white. Let's bring that over. Okay. Now, because we already have 3 built on top here, what we don't want to do is we don't want to replace this piece and then come over, because we're just going to be putting another pair back into this row, a pair that we've already solved. So kind of similar to what we did with building the white and then the yellow centers. What we want to do is we want to put another pair on top of it. We bring that up, and what that does, that puts the pair back here, but that pair is going to come back up when I replace it with this broken edge. So again, I brought it up, turn the top, bring it back down, and now you can see I have all 4 built on top here. Alright, now once you have 4 built, what I would recommend is just go ahead and flip the cube over and face the white side, or if you build it on the white, then go ahead and face the yellow side. Alright, and now we're going to do the same thing and build 4 edges up here. So let's see, let's find our most ideal case. Okay, let's see. Okay, we got blue and white, and I see blue and white right here. So we're going to do similar to what we did before. So in this case, I want blue and white to be down here, so I can go ahead and slice it and pair it. So what I want to do for that is I want to go ahead and turn this. I want to bring this left side up, turn the top to the left, and that way when I bring it down, the blue and white's going to be where I want it to be. So right there. So we just slice this over. They're paired up. Put it in the top layer, turn it, and replace it with a broken edge. Okay, let's see, next one. Okay, we got green and orange, green and orange. Bring it over, same thing, bring this up, bring a broken edge over, and bring it back down. Alright, let's see, we got blue and yellow. Okay, those are matched up. I'll show you how to do that in a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, I see blue and orange here. So I got blue and orange, and I got blue and orange. Okay, I want blue and orange to be down here, that way I can slice it over and pair it. So we're going to move that out of the way. Bring this left side up, bring the top over, and then bring it down so that they will go ahead and pair together. Okay, and just like we did before, bring it up, turn the top, and replace it with a broken edge. Okay, and we need to build one more for the top here. Alright, I see blue and red, so we just do 2 turns. Alright, and we are ready to go ahead and put this in the top layer. So as before, if we bring this up now, then we're going to end up replacing it with another paired edge. We don't want to do that, so we're going to put another paired edge on top of this one. Bring it up, 1 single turn on the top, and replace it with that broken edge. And now you can see that all 4 of these are solved, and then on the bottom all 4 of those are solved in terms of the edges being solved. Okay, now that we're here, this is where we're going to have to do some maneuvering. Now if at this point you did not have everything oriented so that the colors and the centers are correct, you would now want to go ahead and get those lined up, because what we're going to be working on is we're working on pairing these edges here. Okay, now what we can do if we want to go ahead and use the slice layer we've been doing is we'll go ahead and put a pair in one of these slots here, and we're going to be able to use this broken edge to go ahead and replace whatever we build. So let's see, we got, well, this is not the best example for you. Let's do this. I want orange and yellow to pair together. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that pair with that orange and yellow. And then I will go ahead and move a different pair, replace something else with that pair. Okay, so we have orange and yellow, bring that over. Okay, we bring it up to replace another pair that's already up here. Bring that broken edge over and bring it back down. And then if you go ahead and turn the centers back, you'll see that the edge that you brought down, we got blue and white. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put a second edge down here. What we're doing is we're going to go ahead and build another one here, so that in the end of this we are going to have two of these solved, and then we'll just have two right next to each other that we need to fix. Okay, so now that we've done that, what we're looking to do is find another pair. So there we go, we got green and white. Slice it over, pair it up. Okay, bring it up to where another pair is, turn it, and put the broken one in. And then from here we're going to go ahead and fix the centers. Okay, now you can see we have blue and white, we have blue and red, and actually we got lucky here. They were solved. Okay, but I am going to go ahead and show you an example real quick here where if they were not solved, on what exactly you would do, because it's going to be important for you to know that going forward. So what we're going to do here, just to show you this example, is we're going to go ahead and flip this real quick here. Alright. Now, what I did right now was called the flipping algorithm. To do the flipping algorithm, the way that works is you do right side up, top to the left, right side down, turn the face clockwise, right side down, and then you're going to reverse what we just did. Face counterclockwise, right side up. And you can see what that did is that flipped these edges here. And what we're not looking to do here, when we have everything solved except for these last two edges, we don't want to slice over, because we have no way of putting it up and replacing it with something else that's broken. So what we want to do is we actually want to have them lined up so that these colors are the same across from each other. So we want blue and yellow here, and we want blue and yellow here. We want green and yellow up here, green and yellow up here. So to do that, we're going to do that flipping algorithm again. So again, that's right side up, top to the left, right side down, face clockwise, right side down, face counterclockwise, right side up. And now you can see they are across from each other. Now, clearly, if we were to go ahead and do the flipping algorithm right now, we would just be right back where we just were, which is not going to help us. So to do this, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and bring this over, and then I'm going to do the flipping algorithm, and when I bring it back, it's going to go ahead and solve both of these edges at the same time. So we'll just do one slice to the right, and that's going to flip this green and yellow and this blue and yellow, which is going to go ahead and resolve what we just were dealing with. So again, with that, for the flipping algorithm, it's right side up, top to the left, right side down, face clockwise, right side down, face counterclockwise, right side up. Okay, and you can see they are now flipped. Bring that back, and just like that, all of our edges are solved. Now that all the edges are solved, now this is literally a Rubik's Cube. It has now been reduced to a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. So as long as you don't mess with any of these center layers, then this is going to go ahead and stay as a Rubik's Cube as long as you only turn the outside layers. Okay, so now we'll do this using the beginner method, and what we're going to do first is we'll go ahead and build our white cross, and we can go ahead and make the flower just like we normally would. Alright, there's our flower. Alright, we got blue, blue, and blue. We have white. Flip it to the bottom. Alright, put orange on top. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, put orange and white on top. Flip it to the bottom. Alright, green and white. Flip it to the bottom. And red and white. Flip it to the bottom. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and build our white corners. Okay, we'll bring this blue to the blue side. There we go. Move it out of the way, right side up, bring it back, bring it down. There's our first corner placed. Now we got green and orange. Orange to the orange side, move it out of the way, right side up, top to the right, I'm sorry, bring the top back, and put the right side down to place it. Okay, now we have another one here, red to the red side. There we go. Out of the way, right side up, bring it back, bring it down. And now we have one more. Okay, and this is where we want to get it in the top layer so we can go ahead and solve it. So to do that, I'm just going to do right side up, bring it over, bring that back down. One small turn. Now red's on the red side, move it out of the way, left side up, bring the top back, and bring it down. And just like that, we have our first layer built. Okay, now we are on to building the second layer. So there we go. We have orange and orange. Green is over here. So move this out of the way. Left side up, top to the right, left side down, top to the left. Face the green side, which is the other side we're replacing. Right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right. And there we go. So that has been placed. Alright, let's find our next one. So right here we have green and red. Red's over here. Move it out of the way. Left side up, top to the right, left side down, top to the left. Face the red side. Right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right. Okay, move the orange to the orange side. Okay, blue's over here. So we're going to move it out of the way. Right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right. Left side up, I'm sorry, face the blue side. Left side up, top to the right, left side down, top to the left. Alright, looks like we have one more to place. Alright, blue to blue. Alright, and red's over here. So we're going to move it out of the way. Right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right. Face the red side, left side up, top to the right, left side down, and top to the left. Alright, now that we have that solved, now you actually are going to run into different things when it comes to the even-sided cubes. So this is what is called parity. Because normally, when we're building the yellow cross on top, there's only going to be three possible cases you're going to run into. You'll either have the dot case, which is there's just one single yellow dot on top in the center, and you won't have anything else on any of the other yellows facing up. Or you would have the L case or the line case. So those are the three options you normally would run into on a traditional 3x3 cube. But again, because this is an even-sided cube, this is what is called parity. And there's a certain way we have to solve that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to treat this like it's the line case. I'm going to do face clockwise, do right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right, bring this back, face counterclockwise, and then you can see right here that normally that would have made our yellow cross, but you can see this edge is not turned properly. So for this, what I need to do is I'm going to do a parity algorithm. And when you do parity, at least when it comes to OLL, and that's what this is, we're orienting the last layer. And when we run into this particular parity, the way that this works is we have these pieces facing us. Alright, so back where we are doing the parity algorithm, yeah, I know what I did wrong here. Alright, so again, apologize for the inconvenience, but this is sometimes what happens when you're trying to solve and you're trying to do a walkthrough here. Alright, so for the parity algorithm, what we do is we do these right two layers here, up, and we do turn the top twice, face to bottom, do it again, one more time. Now we bring this right side down. Again, it's these two sides here. All right, and turn the top twice again. Then do left side down, turn the top twice. Right side down again, turn the top twice. Right side up, turn the top twice. Right side down, turn the top twice, and you can see this yellow is getting built. And right side down. And you can see now we have our yellow cross on top. Okay, we have our two layers done. We have our cross on top. And now we want to go ahead and orient the centers just like we would for the beginner method. So let's go ahead and find where they would match up to each other. Alright, so we got red, we got green. Okay, we know what we do here. So we're following the pair here. In this case, you can see it's actually three pieces here because we have our corner, and then these two are the equivalent of a normal edge of a 3x3. So we're following this. So we do right side up, top to the left, right side down, following the pair, bring it to the top left, right side up, bring it all the way back, and put it back in. And then one turn to the left, and you can see here we have blue, we have orange, we have red, and we have green. We would go ahead and orient the corners, but actually the corners are already in the right spot here. We have blue and orange and yellow, blue, red, and yellow, green, red, and yellow, green, orange, and yellow. So now that that's already been done for us, we just go ahead and flip the cube over, put white on top, and we are going to go ahead and orient the corners and turn them the correct way. So we want yellow facing down. So again, when we have yellow facing us, and again we're going to do everything in this front right corner here. When yellow's facing us, we do this algorithm: top to the left, right side up, top to the right, right side down. And again, we only have to do it twice because we're doing that algorithm. Top to the left, right side up, top to the right, and there you go, it's getting placed, right side down. Turn the bottom here, we're bringing that next corner that we're solving to the same corner that we started solving in. Yellow's facing to the right, so we do this algorithm: right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right, we only have to do it twice, right side up, top to the left, there's our line, that means it's getting placed, right side down, and right there. We are solved on our 4x4. So it is a little bit tricky, just making sure that you get everything aligned properly, especially when it comes to parity. And I'm going to go ahead and have videos for the different parity cases you're going to run into. That way you can try to make that as convenient as you can. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. It does definitely encourage more content, and I hope everybody has a great day.